There are things God tells you to keep quiet, not because He wants you hiding, but because He knows exposing them too soon will cost you the very blessing He's trying to give you. Think about that. Some of your breakthroughs are being delayed right now. Not because God isn't working, but because you keep talking about what should have stayed between you and Him. Today I'm showing you 6 things Scripture warns us to guard, not from shame, but from sabotage. Because some things are sacred, and the moment they're exposed too soon, the enemy gets a foothold he never should have had. The first thing, the depth of your private prayer life. Not that prayer is a secret, but the details of your intimacy with God were never meant to be a performance for others. Jesus said in Matthew 6:6, "When you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen." Some of your deepest cries, your rawest honesty with God, your private worship, that's sacred ground. The moment it becomes content for applause, it stops being intimacy and starts being image management. Guard that room. Not everyone needs a window into it. The second thing, a promise from God that hasn't come to pass yet. Joseph told his brothers his dream too soon, the dream where they would one day bow to him, and it cost him years in a pit and a prison. Not because the dream was wrong, but because it was exposed before it was ready, to people who weren't equipped to steward it. When God gives you a promise that's still forming, be careful who you hand it to. Some people can't celebrate what they can't yet see, and their doubt, or worse, their jealousy, can plant seeds of discouragement in a promise that needed protection, not opinions. The third thing, the private struggles of your spouse, your children, or your family. It's tempting to vent, to share the argument, the diagnosis, the financial stress, the parenting struggle, especially when you need support. But there's a difference between wise counsel and public exposure. Proverbs 11:13 says, "A gossip betrays a confidence, but a trustworthy person keeps a secret." Some things belong in a prayer closet or with one trusted godly counselor, not on a group chat, not on social media, and not with everyone who asks, "How are things at home?" The fourth thing, the specifics of your generosity. Jesus was direct about this in Matthew 6:3. "When you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing." Not because giving is shameful, but because the moment giving becomes about being seen, it stops being worship and starts being performance. God sees what you give in secret, and He rewards what stays between you and Him, not what gets announced for recognition. The fifth thing, every detail of how someone else has wronged you. This one is hard because pain wants an audience. But broadcasting every wound, every name, every detail, every grievance, rarely brings healing. It often just multiplies the wound, drags others into an offense that isn't theirs, and hardens your own heart in the retelling. Take it to God first. Take it to wise counsel second. Not everyone needs the play-by-play of who hurt you and how. The sixth and final thing, a next step from God before it's confirmed. That job change. That move. That new direction you feel God nudging you toward, but haven't fully confirmed yet through prayer, wisdom, and time. Announcing it too early invites outside opinions, outside doubt, and outside pressure into a decision that's still being formed between you and God. Let God finish forming it in you before you hand it to a crowd of well-meaning voices who weren't in the room when He spoke it. Here's the thread running through all 6. Discretion isn't secrecy, and it isn't shame. It's stewardship. Some of what God is doing in you is still under construction, and construction sites aren't meant to be open to the public while the foundation is still being poured. So ask yourself honestly, have you been exposing your prayer life for applause? Announcing promises too soon? Airing your family's private battles? Broadcasting your giving? Replaying every wound to anyone who'll listen? Confirming plans God hasn't confirmed yet? Some things were never meant for everyone. They were meant for the quiet place between you and Him, where promises grow roots deep enough to survive the noise of everyone else's opinions. So guard it, protect it, and let God finish what He started before you hand it to the world.